Ambassador Thexnall had requested this meeting with growing desperation. As the Galactic Council's chief military strategist, he had spent the last 6 months trying to understand humanity's peculiar approach to conflict resolution. Every diplomatic encounter, every trade dispute, every territorial disagreement ended the same way. Humans would go to extraordinary lengths to avoid military engagement. The pattern was becoming a source of concern among the more aggressive member species. If humanity was too weak or cowardly for warfare, perhaps their recent territorial expansions could be reconsidered. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, Earth's senior diplomatic attaché, sat across from the towering Veltari ambassador in the neutral meeting chamber aboard Station Nexus. Her expression carried the weary patience of someone who had explained the same concept dozens of times to different species. "Ambassador Thexnall," she began, "I understand your confusion about human military policy. You've requested clarification on why we consistently choose diplomatic solutions over armed conflict." Thexnall's 4 arms gestured emphatically. "Precisely. Your species possesses advanced technology, significant resources, and a growing presence in contested systems. Yet when the Korathi challenged your mining rights in Sector 7, you offered them a trade partnership instead of deploying your fleet. When the Zephyrian raiders attacked your colony ships, you sent negotiators rather than warships." Dr. Rodriguez nodded thoughtfully. "And you interpret this as weakness? What else could it be? In galactic politics, strength is measured by willingness to use force. Your species seems almost afraid of conflict." The human diplomat was quiet for a long moment, accessing something on her personal data pad. When she looked up, her expression had shifted to something more serious. "Ambassador, may I share some historical context that might clarify our position?" "Please do." Before achieving interstellar travel, humanity spent approximately 5,000 years perfecting the art of warfare. We fought with sticks and stones, then bronze and iron, then gunpowder and steel. We developed chemical weapons, biological warfare, nuclear armaments, and eventually weapons that could crack planets. Thexnall's interest sharpened. This was not the historical narrative he had expected. During our final global conflict, what we call World War III, humanity demonstrated our mastery of destruction. In 18 months, we reduced our population from 8 billion to less than 2 billion. We poisoned our oceans, irradiated entire continents, and came within hours of rendering our homeworld uninhabitable. The ambassador's chitinous plates rustled nervously. "You speak of this as if it were an achievement." "Not an achievement," Dr. Rodriguez corrected. "A lesson. We learned that humans are exceptionally good at killing things. Too good, perhaps. We learned that our species has a psychological drive toward escalation that makes limited conflicts almost impossible." She activated her datapad's holographic display, showing archive footage that made Thexnall's 4 eyes widen in alarm. Cities reduced to glass. Weapons that turn matter itself into energy. Tactical scenarios that treated planetary destruction as an acceptable outcome. When we encountered other species, we faced a choice. The human continued. We could continue our historical pattern of solving problems through superior violence, or we could find better ways to resolve conflicts. But surely controlled aggression has its place in galactic politics? Dr. Rodriguez smiled, but there was something cold in the expression. "Ambassador, let me be absolutely clear about something. Humans don't avoid war because we're incapable of it. We avoid war because we're too good at it." She leaned forward, her voice taking on a matter-of-fact tone that somehow made her words more unsettling. "Every diplomatic solution we offer isn't weakness, it's mercy. Every trade agreement is us choosing cooperation over conquest. Every peaceful resolution is us actively deciding not to demonstrate why our species dominated a death world for millennia." The holographic display shifted to show human military installations, their designs clearly visible, but their capabilities deliberately obscured. Our defensive fleets could sterilize most inhabited systems within hours. Our research facilities develop weapons that other species can't even theorize. Our strategic planning incorporates scenarios that treat entire galactic arms as acceptable losses. Thexnol's translator was struggling with some of the concepts. You speak of total warfare. We speak of the only kind of warfare humanity knows how to conduct, Dr. Rodriguez replied calmly. You see, Ambassador, humans have never learned how to fight limited wars. When we commit to violence, we commit completely. Our history shows that human conflicts don't end with negotiated settlements. They end with one side completely unable to continue fighting. The silence in the chamber stretched until Thexnol found his voice. The Korathi mining dispute could have been resolved by turning their homeworld into an asteroid field. The Zephyrian raiders could have been eliminated by sterilizing every system they've ever visited. These would be proportional responses by human military doctrine. The ambassador's 4 arms had gone completely still. And you choose not to because we prefer our neighbors alive and functional. Dead civilizations make poor trading partners. Extinct species contribute nothing to galactic culture. We've learned that cooperation produces better long-term results than domination. Dr. Rodriguez stood, preparing to leave. So when you wonder why humans avoid war, remember this: we're not afraid of conflict. We're afraid of what we become during conflict. Every diplomatic solution we offer is us choosing to remain the species that explores stars rather than the species that extinguishes them. As she reached the door, she paused. Though I should mention, Ambassador, our patience isn't infinite. There's a reason our diplomatic communications always include the phrase, while peaceful options remain viable. We sincerely hope they always do. After the human left, Thexnol sat alone in the chamber for nearly an hour, processing what he had learned. When he finally submitted his report to the Galactic Council, it contained a single recommendation: suggest all member species reconsider any aggressive policies toward humanity. Our initial assessment was incorrect. They do not avoid war from weakness, they avoid it from experience. The report concluded with a personal note that would become legendary in galactic diplomatic circles. A species that warns you about its own capabilities is usually speaking from experience. We should listen.